How's everybody doing? Okay, I'm live. I was waiting for it to pop on live. Give me 1 second. There we go. I had to send one last message. I was not expecting it to come on live. Let's see here. Everything. Getting my coffee ready for this massacre. The thing is, it's just fucking. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you for years. Like, I don't even understand. Hang on, I gotta fucking adjust this thing. My fucking camera's all fucking fucked up. There we go. It's got to be even a little bit, otherwise I can't function. But yeah, like it's just sad, like where we're at. It's just a ridiculous statement. I need to. And by the way, hello to everybody and Mr. Pete, Alice. I need to get on that. Everything. Have my coffee and outrage ready. I love it. Very funny. Hey guys, I thought we would do the same deal today as we did Friday. We still do have a few slots left. We had a few people graduate out, and so for 33% off, you can just get a consultation with me. I can help you. But if you want to get healthy this year, let's do this, and we'll do the coaching just for another 24-hour block. And then this week it's got to be done. But we can help you. And one of the things I think is hurting society, that is making it so there's lots of people that need our help in both our coaching, our books, and even like up to No Morbidity, which on sale at the Ambrosia Collective and at, oh, hi, sweetie. Ambrosia Collective and at Vitamin Shop. You can get yours at the local Vitamin Shop. Give me a second. There we go. Unhook your claw. Awesome Sauce is with us. She's right here. Let me find it. Today's show. It's clown world. I mean, for those of you that don't know, and I'm going to say hi to everybody. I'm just going to get set up here. It's fucking clown world. It really is. I just don't even understand how we can. We're not a serious society, like at all. The historians are going to look back on this portion of society and wonder what the fuck happened. Like what did we do? Like how did we fucking get to this crazy bullshit? Because here it is. No, that's not it. That's about Lisa Marie Presley dying. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Give me a second. I got to find it in mine. But Tess Holliday is with Tess Hall. Oh, there it is. Here we go. No, that's a different one. I got to find the Today Show one. What we're seeing, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Tess Holliday is still claiming, and I mean just still claiming to be anorexic. And the problem is not necessarily this fucking complete wacko, lying, horrible person claiming to be something she's clearly not. And I see people arguing that she is, that there's many ways, blah, blah, blah. This woman is not atypical anorexic. She is not anorexic. And I have some arguments I'm going to make about the even diagnosis of atypical anorexia here that I would love to have anybody from the medical profession anybody that agrees with this woman's diagnosis of having atypical anorexia, please do hit me up in the comments, or please do, like, anybody that has credentials like if you are a psychiatrist or if you're a psychologist and you would agree with this woman's I found it. This woman's diagnosis for atypical anorexia. I'd love to have you come on here because I have some questions. I have some stuff I want to talk about. When I sat down, I ran it through the critical thinking engine that is known as my wife, because she's a fucking genius. My wife is just a fucking genius when it comes to this shit. We're going to talk about atypical anorexia after we're done talking about this fucking loon bag and how the Today Show is literally just fucking damaging people. What I find amazing is that we are at a stage right now where I would bet you that the Today Show has even taken money from people like Novo Nordisk and stuff like this. Here it is. I finally found it. Okay. They've probably even taken money for advertisement for things like Ozempic and Wegovy and shit like that. So I find it kind of amazing. But here is the Today Show. talking about this. Now, I'm going to hop real quick in and say hi to everybody that I missed. Hannah, how are you? Amelia, how are you? I'm going to scroll back up a little bit to Elizabeth. Robbie, how you doing, man? Janet, how are you? Julian, what's going on? Good to see you. Annie, Eloise, Julie. By the way, here's the deal. Please do take us up on it as soon as humanly possible. Let's see. Cookies. M, how are you? Michael Billing. I saw some really good tweets by Michael Billing. You should go follow him. Cactus Patch, Living Legends, Platinum. How's everybody doing? Glad you guys got notifications. Let's get it on. Okay, so here we go. We'll be talking in the comments after this. But this, hang on a second. We got to blow this up higher. We got to fucking see this in all of its fucking fucked up glory. Okay, here we go. And by the way, today's show, I promise you I can go without swearing for the entirety of your show. I would love to, like, why don't you have people like me on who have lost weight, by the way? I've lost 100 pounds myself. Best-selling weight loss author. Why would you not have me on, or somebody like me, or anybody like me that would counter this insanity? Like, if you can't see that they want you sick right now, if you can't see that they want you taking their fucking medications, you're got to be stupid. You're stupid as fuck. Because listen to this insanity here.
This morning on Your Health, eating disorders and how they can come in.
On Your Health, Tess Holliday is about to go on a Today Show in a segment called Your Health to talk about how I bet you would think it would be to lose weight because it's about your health, right? Nope, not happening.
In all shapes and sizes. In May of 2021, social media influencer Tess Holliday shared a medical diagnosis with her fans.
The plus-size model revealed that she'd been suffering from anorexia for decades, a disorder.
For decades. Tess Holliday says she's been suffering from anorexia for decades. For decades. She's 38 years old. For decades, she's been suffering from anorexia. The 450-pound globe-shaped woman is, in fact, for decades, and I mean decades, suffering from anorexia. These fucking three clowns just sat there with straight face. I think that this guy's like, what the fuck, a little bit. But besides that, look at her deadpan. I need to be serious about this. And this guy, dude, we know the exact price of your fucking morals. Like, we know if we ever need to buy you off, we can fucking get you to say whatever the fuck we want you to say by just looking at your fucking paycheck. Because, dude, this mother, to be able to fucking say this stupid shit that Tess Holliday is been anorexic for decades. It's not like, we don't live in a serious world.
Disorder that many often associate with smaller size bodies.
That's right. And this morning, Tess is sharing her story in the hopes of helping others. Erin O'Hearn is here with her story and her really important message. Erin, good morning. Good morning,
guys. Thanks so much for having me. It is an important message.
How is this an important message? You also have no fucking morals at all whatsoever. Like, you can't tell me that people don't fucking see how bullshit this is. I'm sorry. But like, even the people that pretend they believe this, you can tell they don't fucking believe it. It's fucking silliness. It's out and out ridiculousness. How in any way you can pretend that Tess Holliday, 450 all pound of her, has been suffering from anorexia for decades. Decades, they said. Decades.
Tess Holliday has battled with her body image and relationship to food for decades. She never believed it could be anorexia because of her larger size.
Because she's fat as fuck. Because she's fat as fuck. That, and I'm pretty sure it came as a surprise to her when somebody fucking pretended to fucking give her a diagnosis, or she pretended to give her a diagnosis in that imaginary conversation that one person was at least having to her, or she was having with an imaginary person that gave her the diagnosis of fucking anorexia. I'm sure that she was also like, well, so it has nothing to do with all the fucking food I've eaten. The problem with Tess Holliday, literally, they're trying to say, is not that she doesn't eat too much. It's that she's anorexic. It's so openly fucking disgusting It's just ridiculous.
When she went public with her diagnosis, she realized she wasn't alone. And now she's taking a candid approach to all of this.
There's the face of anorexia. This, by the way, this is thin Tess. She's gotten fatter since this.
Last week was the first time that I have ever passed out from not feeding myself.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You might have had bad blood sugar, because I find it highly hard to fucking believe that you don't have type 2 diabetes or some sort of at least blood sugar regulation order and insulin sensitivity. But I had not eaten anything, so I passed out. Shut the fuck up. Nobody fucking believes this. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, this one, that's ridiculous. It's 100% insane. Like, I'm sorry, I don't believe you. And I don't believe you because basically you're a fucking liar. And I've proven it time and time again, but shut the fuck up. I mean, it's ridiculous. This woman, and this is no shit, this woman's got enough, like, she passed out. So, that, you know, and here's the thing. If maybe it was because, you know, she's all clear, and there's no way this woman's not on meds, right? Maybe she fucked up her meds. But if it was a blood sugar thing, maybe it's because, you know, you didn't handle your diabetes correctly. And I'm not saying you have diabetes. I'm saying it's possible. Or you can have undiagnosed diabetes because you refuse to believe that it's a problem. But shut the fuck up and pretending like you don't ingest calories fucking consistently on a daily basis. This is bullshit lie. I hooked this woman up to a fucking polygraph. She would never pass it and say that shit.
And it was scary.
Tess Holliday is brutally honest about having
That poor
setbacks.
couch.
The 37-year-old has had many in the years since she was diagnosed with atypical anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder that shares all the same symptoms as anorexia, except extreme thinness.
First of all, now we get to this. And I would argue that, first of all, atypical anorexia is basically pre-anorexia. You shouldn't call it atypical anorexia. It's pre-anorexia, because unless it gets managed, you will end up anorexic, because you can't gain weight, and you can't lose weight. You can't not lose weight and be atypically anorexic. If you avoid food to the point where you're considered starving yourself, you would actually lose fucking weight. So atypical anorexia should just be called pre-anorexia, or it's at the very least, admit it's a transitional eating disorder that, if not managed, if not managed, it will become anorexia. A person cannot have atypical anorexia like orthorexia, different, but atypical anorexia, would that not then like give into anorexia? I mean, because if you look at we're going to go to something real quick, because I think it's important that people don't realize, people realize I'm not just trying to be a fucking shithead about this. I'm pissed because this is an actual very serious fucking eating disorder that people, and anorexia is a very serious motherfucking thing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pause that for a second. I'm going to come back to it, but I am going to give you guys a look at this. Right here. Okay. In fact, I'll blow it up even higher. Atypical anorexia nervosa, signs and symptoms. The American Psychiatric Association has defined the following signs and symptoms for this order: emotional and behavioral. Dressing in layers to hide weight loss and stay warm. This is for atypical. I've seen Tess Holliday's ass way too many fucking times. Being preoccupied with weight, food, calories, fat grams, and dieting. She's not preoccupied with dieting. She's not preoccupied with fat grams, clearly, because she eats a huge fucking fried food diet. She's definitely not fucking. The only you can say she's preoccupied with food, because I think she's constantly looking to fucking eat. Refusing to eat certain foods, progressing to restrictions against whole food, progressing to restrictions against whole food categories. I've seen her eat every fucking thing. Making frequent comments about feeling fat or overweight despite weight loss. She has not lost weight. She has gained visibly 150 to 200 pounds in the course of the last fucking 5 or 6 years. She has not lost weight. She's gained weight. Develop food rituals. Unless you consider eating constantly a food ritual, skipping meals or taking small portions of food at regular meals. Here, this is where she thinks she fucking fits in, because sometimes she just doesn't feed herself regularly. You mean you have a life? Drinking excessive amounts of water and non-caloric beverages. That is not, I don't see that out of her. Maintaining an excessive rigid exercise regimen. That's not her. Physical. Fluctuations in weight, dizziness, fainting. Oh, so we had to get the fainting. Sleep problems, dry skin, poor wound healing, impaired immune functions. These are all the things that could happen. Give me one more second. We're going to look at a few other ones too. Significant weight loss, yet being of weight within normal limits. So in other words, you would keep losing weight. There'd still be weight loss with it. This woman does not have atypical anorexia, and I would love to see somebody come on this fucking program and argue that they do. I would love to. I've challenged her before to this, and I mean it. And to anybody that diagnosed her, I would love to have you on this program so you can then somehow fucking support your claim. So Tess, please offer up your doctor's name that fucking diagnosed you. Although on the one show, she admitted she wasn't actually diagnosed with it. You know, we should pull that one right the fuck back. You know, unbelievable.
When her therapist implored her to seek help, Holliday was resistant.
She said, listen, I can't diagnose you, but if I could, I would diagnose you as anorexia nervosa. And
So her therapist says, I can't diagnose you, but if I could, I would. Too fucking crazy.
I remember thinking, I thought you were a professional. Like, don't you see the size of me?
Even after seeking help from a medical professional, the mother of two was in disbelief, and that skepticism was shared by others around her.
So, by the way, if you notice there, even after seeking help from a medical professional, she never claims to have been actually diagnosed. So who diagnosed her? Apparently the only person that diagnosed her literally said that they're not qualified. Oh, that's right. She's a nutritionist. So she's not diagnosed. This is all bullshit.
When Holliday shared the news with her millions of followers, the backlash was instantaneous.
Do you feel like people who have what we've come to know as anorexia, or what we believe is anorexia, doubt the diagnosis?
Well, because the diagnosis is bullshit. And I'm sorry, but I think the people that have anorexia know a little bit more, about anorexia than anybody doubting them, including this woman. What the fuck? This is how insulting this shit is. Anorexics would not eat on camera. Anorexics would not eat on camera. We're going to get to this in a minute.
Well, there are definitely people out there that are, the internet is a dark place. There are a lot of people that feel offended that I would even suggest that I'm fat and that I have a restrictive eating disorder.
Because you don't have a restrictive eating disorder. You may not eat in a healthy pattern, but you do not have a restrictive eating disorder. Because she has binge eating. She may have restrictive binge eating disorder, because if she tries to restrict, then she binges a bunch of food. She may have that. I'll fly along with that. I am just very fucking offended for the fucking people. And I mean, who gives a fuck if I'm offended? Because fuck you if you're offended. I find it fucking disgusting. I find it offensive, but who gives a fuck if I find it offensive? Because I say that all the time. But I do find it fucking ridiculous, and I do find it damaging Because we're going to tell a bunch of fat people that, hey, you can be anorexic, like you're anorexic too. Fuck that. You need to lose some motherfucking weight. What? We need to get people healthy to have them lose some fucking weight, period. I mean, our society cannot sustain this level of fucking fatness. We can't. And anything that might be an excuse given, like, oh, you don't want to develop anorexia from 400 motherfucking pounds. We got a long goddamn time to worry about that. A long fucking time. Super long. Do I think that people should lose weight in a healthy fashion? Yes. But I got to be real. When you're Tess Holliday size, the most important thing is to worry about your more immediate health and fucking basically stopping the bleeding, because we don't want you to gain any more weight because you glutton yourself, because you're trying to pretend like you're anorexic, even though we'll get to that in a second. And then fucking we can worry about like making sure you don't starve yourself to death in another like fucking maybe 300 pounds. Because she's probably 300 pounds overweight. She's probably 300 pounds overweight. She's at least 250 overweight. She is 3 times the size she should be.
Many of us associate small with healthy and large with unhealthy, but eating disorders don't discriminate by body size. Anorexia is a psychological disorder, and many people in larger bodies, like Tess, suffer from the same obsessions and anxieties around meals, body image, and weight gain.
Fuck she does. Bull fucking shit she does. She does not have anxiety around food, weight gain. Fuck that shit. She does not have self-image issues. She calls herself gorgeous daily. Fuck these people. Fuck these people.
Can't possibly know what kind of eating disorder someone has by the size of their body.
Doctor,
yes, you can. Yes, you can. We are not going to say that somebody like Eugenia Cooney has fucking binge eating disorder. We are going to say she is anorexic. Shut the fuck up. Reality exists. Tess Holliday eats too much. This is a visually observable fact. This is not even she barely eats anything and she's only like 20 pounds overweight and blah, blah, blah. Like Tess Holliday is hundreds of pounds plus overweight. I'm sorry that we do not seem to want by the way, if you think they don't want to recognize binge eating disorder as much, because I'm sure that the Today Show has some fucking pizza ads and fucking pharma ads on it.
Sam DeCaro of the Renfrew Center says the vast majority of people suffering from eating disorders don't look sick or underweight.
Well, we have a binge eating society. I mean, the vast, I'm sorry, but first of all, it's impossible for the vast majority of people to not be overweight when the vast majority of people in society are overweight. You stupid fuck. We're probably at 90% overweight, like 85% overweight or something like that in society right now. We're well over, I believe visually observable, but also just if you go by normal statistics and the increases before, they just haven't taken the new numbers. The last number for obesity in America from the CDC was taken from 2018 numbers. I find it hard to believe we're not above 50% obesity. The average person in society, according to CDC data from 2018, was at least obese via their waist to height ratio. This woman is a fucking full-on piece of shit charlatan who I would love to argue about this, because you're going to say that the vast majority of people, 94% of the people that have eating disorders, aren't too skinny, or what the fuck she say?
I think there's a misconception that if you have
or underweight.
I think there's a misconception that
sick or underweight.
I think there's a misconception that if
the Renfrew Center says the vast majority of people suffering.
Okay, eating disorders, medically diagnosed as underweight, 6%. This actually, now that I'm looking at this, I'm with it. Healthy weight or overweight, yes, because the vast majority of people are fucking overweight. All this means is that actual anorexia is a much smaller problem. I'm sorry to say that in society than binge eating, because this is not anorexia. Viscerally obese is not anorexia. Morbid obesity is not anorexia. Gaining weight, if you are gaining weight year over year, you do not have atypical anorexia. You do not have a restrictive eating disorder. I will like it by sheer definition, you don't have one. By definition of the word restrictive, you don't have one. By definition of restrictive eating disorder, you don't have one. You don't have. You may have a binge eating disorder that is triggered by the feeling of restriction, but that's binge eating disorder. Just like I said earlier, you do not have an actual restrictive binge eating. You do not have an actual restrictive eating disorder. How the mainstream media will flaunt this woman saying she's not eating enough. This woman's not eating enough. The argument is that somebody that needs to sit in specialized fucking chairs and needs to buy 2 seats on a fucking airplane is not eating enough. We live in clown world.
From eating disorders don't look sick or underweight.
I think there's a misconception that if you have fat on your body, that somehow you will be protected from the medical issues of starving yourself.
She says,
you're not starving yourself. If anything, if you're starving yourself in any way, it's because the food you eat is such fucking junk, so fucking pitifully nutritionally sparse that you are micronutriently or macronutriently deficient when it comes to amino acids and fatty acids. These people that consume a huge portion of fucking their food in like Mountain Dew, Taco Bell, pizza, and shit like that, like this fat ass woman. Yeah, you might be micronutriently deficient. You might be starving in that way, but that does not mean calorically you are fucking starving. This woman is gluttoning herself to fucking death.
all patients with eating disorders, including atypical, are at risk of high blood pressure, irregular menstruation, and cardiac and cognitive issues.
Because that's what happens with obesity, you dumb fuck. High blood pressure, irregular menstruation, cardiac and cognitive issues. Guess, as a newsflash, that is literally obesity. You stupid shit. I mean, we're trying to paint this as not eating enough. They want you to eat more than fucking Tess Holliday. Be careful, because even Tess Holliday can eat too little. Shut the fuck up. This is such a fucking first world problem, and anybody that believes this, you're so stupid. Like if anybody that can say that they believe that Tess Holliday has some sort of fucking disorder that is going to cause her not to eat enough food, you are stupid as fuck. You're the reason why there's fucking warning labels on every fucking thing. You're stupid as fuck. I mean, if you believe this woman has any type of disorder that she's not eating enough food, I mean, I God, how are you the fastest sperm? Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, did your father live by like a fucking, like a nuclear power plant that had a leak? How the fuck were you the fastest sperm if you believe that this woman has not eaten enough? Holy shit. So fucking bad. I mean, so fucking bad.
When people look at larger bodied individuals, they see us as less than, and we're not less than.
Holliday is thankful.
Less than? You're too much then.
Found the resources she needed to get help and urges others to do the same.
Health is not a moral compass.
It kind of is, though. It kind of is. If you're willing to glutton yourself to the point where you block out the fucking sun, I mean, it kind of is, though, because this is privilege. Like you think you deserve more than other people. You're eating more than other people. People are going to have to help pay for your healthcare expenditures. That is enormous. This does not, again, your parents must have lived by a leaking nuclear power plant if you were the fastest fucking sperm to believe that this woman does not eat enough fucking food. You are literally got to be some of the dumbest fucking people alive if you truly believe that this woman does not eat enough, that she has that any disorder she has is that it's restrictive. You've got to be so stupid. I know you use slip-on shoes because the laces are too fucking much for you. You've got to be so fucking stupid that you almost drowned in the fucking rain by looking up to see where the water's coming from. Like, that's how fucking stupid you must fucking be to believe that this woman does not eat enough. Fucking pitiful.
I'm a fantastic mother. I'm great at my job.
You're a fantastic mother. If you, so many reasons why you're not, but let me tell you something. If you gave a shit about your kids, you'd show them that food wasn't more important than your fucking life, because your kids are going to be fucking wondering where the fuck you're at when they're having kids, because you love food more than you love them, if they can have kids, because the way you feed your children is fucking reprehensible.
I'm loving and kind and compassionate.
Fucking oh my God. Check her social media.
And funny.
No, you're not.
I'm so many things
You're fat as fuck. That's what you are.
other than my size.
But list a day where she doesn't talk about being fat. Okay. Here.
And she is funny. And you have to give her.
She is funny. No, fucking, she's not. The only thing funny about her is that she's a fucking clown in a fucking circus. Let's see. This, by the way, and I put this, follow me on Twitter, by the way. This is an insult to people who have anorexia and atypical anorexia, of which Tess Holliday doesn't even remotely meet the criteria of. She is not afraid to be fat, has a high self-image of herself, eats on camera, and has visibly gained large amounts of weight over the years. Oh, look, somebody
Oh my God, I was gonna hate it.
put together a little compilation.
You won't get no dessert till you clean up your plate, so eat it. Get yourself an egg and eat it. Have some more.
Here's her with her fucked up friend trying Mountain Dew, a fucking sugary beverage that fucking atypical anorexia. I mean, this is just from the last couple fucking days, people. You know, I mean, oh, loving the boba tea. Oh, smashing pizza.
Veggie pizza from my favorite local place. Do my skincare till 3 p.m. today. Veggie pizza from my favorite local place on Valentine's.
If you're atypical anorexic, you don't have a fucking favorite local pizza place. Anorexics do not have a favorite pizza place that they fucking get pizza from. I mean, that, like, it's so insulting. It's just so overtly, disgustingly insulting. Anorexics or atypical anorexics, people that are afraid of gaining weight, people that are afraid of showing their body image, who she shows herself all the time, people that are terrified of gaining weight, which is part of the diagnosis of atypical anorexia, along with food restriction and all that. People that restrict food do not have a favorite local pizza place. I mean, what the fuck?
Valentine's face. I just like love Sundays.
So pizza every Sunday, totally atypical anorexia.
One thing about me, I'm never gonna finish a Starbucks drink.
Like Starbucks every fucking day, highly caloric drinks. Smashing a donut on fucking camera.
That really sounds like a you problem, or not a me problem.
Yeah, she's so nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what do I know? You know, I'm gonna be dead.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Unfortunately.
The girls that get it. The girls that don't.
Yeah. So she gets it because she's tried all these snacks out. Like, what the fuck? Where's the restriction? Where's the restriction? Somebody said she's trans anorexic in one of the fucking comments. That's fun. She identifies as anorexic, even though she's fat as fuck. This is patheticness. I mean, it's just absolute out and out patheticness.
Don't.
I mean, I feel you, people. Like, I get it. I get it that you guys don't want to fucking have the whatchamacallit. Oops. I understand you don't want to have the fucking consequences of your actions, but Jesus fucking Christ. You fat fucks. Come on now. Okay, here we go. Look at this, by the way. Today has 4.2 million followers. The Today Show on Twitter. This post about Tess Holliday has garnered 116,000 views with 47 likes. 47 people out of the 116,000.8 views have liked it. There's me commenting, a bunch of other people commenting, no. I also have a bridge to sell you. Get the fuck out of here. Is the English language a joke to you now? She's not anorexic. Stop it. Anorexia, usually just called anorexia, is a serious eating disorder. No, it can't. People laughing. So what I wanted to show you too, this is malpractice. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. It's a beautiful thing. Yep. Look at this. And then somebody trying to say, this lady is a troll trying to protect her, trying to protect her. Atypical anorexia. All of the criteria of anorexia nervosa are met, except that despite significant weight loss, the individual's weight is within above or normal parameter range. So by trying to defend her, despite significant weight loss, Tess Holliday has gained visibly, likely fucking 150 to 200 fucking pounds. 200. I have a hard time believing she hasn't gained 200 pounds. But anyway, she's gained like 150 to 200 fucking pounds in the last couple of years. So this person alone, thank you for giving us the definition that Tess Holliday does not fucking meet to. She certainly does not fucking overrestrict. She certainly does not have a problem. All the criteria of anorexia nervosa. All the criteria of anorexia nervosa. So she's afraid to eat in front of people or on camera? No. She's afraid to be seen, people seeing her body? No. She is, she's very picky about the food? Nope. Not. So she meets no. Thank you for proving she meets none of the criteria, you stupid fuck. No, absolutely no. I mean, that's the thing. Like, look at this. Society doesn't actually support this. It's like mainstream media is trying to push this shit, and then they use basically TikTok and Instagram to push it. Actual people that are in reference to it do not support this. 52 tweet quotes. People can laugh all they want about this diagnosis, quote unquote, whether you are morbidly obese or underweight, disordered eating is a cross. Why do we have empathy towards anorexics, but not for her? Because she lies about this. That's why. This woman is anorexic, quite the recovery. I completely agree. Clown world, absolutely not. No jokes or bullshit, just about a serious issue. But this diagnosis is literally medical malpractice. I completely agree with that. Given what anorexic women go through, this segment is simply beyond disgusting. I agree with that. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody realizes it's a joke. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. This woman, what is going on is that they clearly want you unhealthy. I mean, they absolutely 100% clearly want you unhealthy, because at no point in time should this be seen as anything as a joke. We're telling people that this morbidly obese woman does not eat enough. And there's a danger that you might not be eating enough if you're super fucking fat. You've eaten too much. 100% of the time, you've eaten too much. You might have issues when it comes to eating, healthy eating patterns. We can work on that. But to say you are not eating enough, or you do not feed yourself enough is ridiculous. Regularly and enough are two different things. You are not starving if you are in the act of gaining weight year over year. Reality exists, and I don't understand why people don't want to fucking join it. I just don't. I just can't. She's gained weight. She's absolutely 100% gained weight. Absolutely. Give me a second. She said she has. She said that she has had it for decades. She has had anorexia, atypical anorexia for decades, right? So let me see this one. Okay, this are pictures from 2012. Give me 1 second. Tess Holliday has had. I mean, it's weird. People want to fucking lie when I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand why people fucking just want to lie when you can clearly see this is from 2012. Right? This is from 2012. Give me 1 second. I got to send myself something, and then I'm going to fucking show you something. One more second. Oh, I know what I need to do. Give me one more second, guys. Because this is her in 2012, right? And this is her just recently, and in reference to somebody that we know weighs about 500 pounds. So give me one more second. And we're going to fucking compare this Tess to that Tess. Now, one's front, one's to the side, but I think we get it. Fucking, it's insanity. You know what? We can wait on this. This can all fucking wait. I'll do another whole fucking thing about this. But to think that this woman has somehow not been this person that has gained weight. I mean, look at this. So if you've had it for decades, why have you gained weight? You don't have it. I just proved it. It's ridiculous. Anybody that says she has should be flagged for misinformation because I just proved it. If we're going to be flagging me for saying true shit for misinformation, for COVID and all that bullshit, why the fuck would that not get flagged? You fucking weak-ass pieces of shit. It's ridiculous. We're going to take comments from the crowd. Any questions you got about anything? I did want to tell everybody, by the way, just in case you're still looking for it, we're going to do this special real quick. We can help you. If you've yo-yo dieted, if you've had problems throughout the course of the years, we can absolutely positively help you to make this the year that you absolutely get healthy. Please do check it out. Because we need to get healthy in a fucking hurry. But she meets none of the criteria. None. Zero, zilch, absolutely zero. So ask questions away. Let's see. I mean, she's doubled in size. I agree with this. She's doubled in size over the last 10 years. So how the fuck is she anorexic? I don't get it. I really don't. It is truly, and I mean this, it is truly insulting to people that have anorexia. Like truly. And I mean, we work with anybody, and I've worked with a few people that have orthorexia and anorexia, and I got to be real, it's very fucking hard for them. Like very, 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 very hard for them. And I just wish that people could fucking see what it's like. I really do. Like, it's very hard for them. Give me 1 second here. Checking on something. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. I've known people who have lost family and friends to anorexia. This is just, it's horrible to watch them starve to death too. We work with them, but it's horrible. I mean, like, it's not horrible to work with them, but it's so hard. Like, I mean, they need medical help because like they are really not taking enough food to have enough energy. And then they get freaked out about taking in the food. It's really super fucking tragic. It's really, really, really like, I feel very bad for them because, you know, at least with binge eating, it's unless you're very big, it's not immediate. Like these people can fucking eat, like these people could be a week away from dying, you know? And that's just the truth. They could be a week away from dying, you know? Yeah, she's probably 550 now. It's sad. I feel bad for Amberlynn. And Tess is taller, so she probably weighs more than Amberlynn at this point. Very possible. Very possible. I'm about to throw out my breakfast. Sorry about that. She used to have a waistline. Decades living with binge eating disorder with periods of restrictive eating. Yes, claiming anorexia. Shameful. Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, any questions we got? The only reason Tess might not weigh more than Amber is I don't think her legs are deformed. Her legs are like, Amberlynn does have a lot of issues with the edema in her legs. And that's a very fucking serious thing, mind you, too. Why would the news not be raving about her impressive ability to move 500 pounds? That's pretty interesting. I mean, that really is. That's a good thought. No question, but I want to ask, but to want to ask her questions face to face, I'm legit shocking in anger. I mean, that's the thing. Like, no, like, who she in the video did not even say that she was actually diagnosed. She said somebody, like a person told her, and then doctor, like she was not actually diagnosed with this. How often do you upload the episodes as podcasts? I love to listen to them. We're getting ready to upload all of this stuff onto our podcast channel uncensored very soon this week. Why wouldn't they just say binge eating disorder? I don't understand. It's still a problem. But here's the thing: if it's binge eating, then Tess has to give up the idea. One, that she can't, like, to get healthy, she has to lose weight. You know, because to her the problem can't be her, and also, they're not pushing, like, notice how I showed you how unpopular it is. Like, people, like real people know the difference, but the media wants you eating, and then they want to sell you pills to help you with the eating. Like, hang on a second. The Today Show. You want to see something funny? Here is what I think is damn near a fucking paid ad from the 5th of January for on today. Weight loss. They want you fat and unhealthy so then they can sell you drugs. I don't find a coincidence that so many overweight bloggers right now are dying. I mean, it's just seriously, it's really bad. Bethany Blankenship, hey, I'm just curious, do you think in the future, like 10 to 20 years, this may cause a misdiagnosis of anorexia in society? Thank you for the live. I believe that we're creating new meanings for words at such a miraculous pace that we're diluting the entirety of the English language and the meaning of words. And I do, like, I think to a great degree that 10 to 20 years from now, and I hate to say this because it's going to sound horrible, people aren't necessarily going to have the convenience of eating disorders. Like, because like binge eating disorder is like, I don't think we really saw binge eating disorder when people had to hunt, gather, people had to like procure food when food was a little bit more scarce. It is because obesity is absolutely an illness of overconsumption. And if we all of a sudden go through a stage in society where, I don't know, there's not a lot less food or people can afford a lot less food, like, do people not do, like, okay, so there's a huge press. Just follow along with me, people, because I know that like half the people here want to see me say something conspiracy theory that then get proved correct later. But in the same like week or 2 weeks, we have been told that exercise stems from white supremacy by the mainstream media in the last couple of weeks has told you that exercise is born in white supremacy. We have been told that Tess Holliday has a restrictive eating disorder, that she doesn't eat enough. We've been reminded of this. There's been a mass ad campaign warning of the shortness in supply of weight loss drugs. We have recently just approved weight loss drugs for children as young as 12 and weight loss surgery as young as 13. A new food pyramid is being pushed that has ground meat, cheddar cheese, and eggs fried in butter as the worst possible things you could ever put in your body. We have, we have this massive push for all of a sudden, hey, by the way, we have food shortages and food prices are skyrocketing. So as a news, and here's the thing, it's going to like, if food prices are getting too expensive for you, and for a lot of people they are, and you're overweight, you can save a lot of fucking money by eating less. A lot. Like the more food prices go up, the more intense that it's going to get. And now here's the fucked up thing. It hasn't hit the fast food market necessarily yet, but it will. And for what a lot of these people eat, those prices are also going to fucking skyrocket. And it will be a fucking issue. People will want to eat less. So you want to eat less, but you've tried dieting a million times. Oh, I can have this paid for, this drug that will make me want to eat less, even though it's a harsh pharmaceutical I have to inject in my stomach once a week. It'll make me want to eat less. My doctor says it can get covered by insurance, because right now there is a mad ass push to have this weight loss drug covered by insurance. So it's more money from the taxpayers, because insurance rates will go up, sent to fucking big companies, because now, even though you pay $100 out of pocket only for this medication, it's going to probably save you, or even if it's $200 for a lot of these people, if it gets you to stop not eating as much, $200-$300 for a lot of these people will still be less money than they're paying in food. They'll save, like a super morbidly obese person who starts taking one of these things and their copay is $300 a month, will likely save that money in food or more. Now, the insurance still gets charged for the extra $1,000 that this medication costs, or more for the insurance group, and that number gets split through everybody through higher insurance costs to help this one person buy medication that's going to save them money. It's going to be a good couple of years for us between No Morbidity and Product 2. And Ember and other stuff. Like, this is $39.99 a month. And people are saving hundreds of dollars a month on their food bill. It's paying for itself every fucking month. Even if it's just my appetite was controlled until I got home from work and I didn't stop and grab something at the store. If you stop and grab something from the store for $5 every single day, it's $150 in a fucking month, $39.99 if it stops you from doing it, And it's also the extra fucking calories and weight. And then you save on healthcare. But so it's going to be good for us. People are going to be able to save a lot of money, because fucking food prices are getting fucking crazy. And it's time they're imploring upon people right now that, food's super, super expensive. It's okay to be fat. But if you don't want to be fat, you got to watch out. And here's this drug to help you. They've made it so, like, how many times have you seen shit on the mainstream media saying recently that fat is not a person's problem, it's genetics. So, even though, like, in the same video, they'll say it's genetics that's making you fat, but take this drug that makes you eat less. The drug makes you eat less, but it's your genetics that are making you fat based off, it's so stupid. Like, people are like, you're the dumbest. We're the dumbest generation ever. Sad. When I was hospitalized, I had a roommate and regular was morbidly obese and refused to get up and go to the bathroom, so she had to use a bedpan. Wow, that's horrible. Let's see here. Why are they making her a publicity stunt at face value? I fucking don't know. Mama Lozy, I don't know. I don't. Or a higher chance of it being misdiagnosed. Yeah, it's definitely going to be misdiagnosed. It's misdiagnosed now. Anybody that diagnose anybody saying you've suffered from atypical anorexia for decades, that's fucking ridiculous. You can't suffer from atypical anorexia for decades, because you would either stay the same weight and start losing weight. You would eventually lose weight and just become anorexic. It doesn't make, not one, decades. So you haven't been eating enough for decades, but yet you're still fat. Shut the fuck up. You've got to be stupid. You got to be really dumb, really, really, really dumb to believe that shit. All right, any questions? I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here, see if we got any questions. Genetics can play an impact. Genetics can be impacted by environment. Is biology being taught properly? The thing is, even if you're genetically predisposed to have a little bit higher body fat, or genetically predisposed to be hungrier, you can still manage that shit. It is still, and all a choice, Avian flu and other issues driving costs up. Also, avian food is not driving the cost up that much, from what I understand. Ember and Nomo combo cost me $80 a month. I spend $100 less a week now, so I'm up $320 in 4 weeks a month. Boom. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I gotta see if I can send that to people. I'm only making a few vidges this week based on some shit. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. You people are fucking crazy. Oh, I don't even understand. Okay, guys, and hey, by the way, I wanted to give this one more time. Here is how you get a discounted link for a consult for either me or Crystal. You can get it for whoever you want. I don't give a shit. Which one of us, as long as we help people, please do. Sam Lutz, best choice for eggs near me has become 24 cage-free eggs for $6 at Sam's Club. It's getting up there. It's getting up there. That's for fucking sure. Some places it's $10 a dozen. No shit. Isn't that crazy? Having bad genes is no excuse for being unhealthy. If anything, it is the reason why you should take your health more seriously. Like I keep saying it to people, that is the reason why you should take your health more seriously. Alan, by 2030, you will not have a business. By 2030, I'm hoping to be retired. So, just to be real, by 2030, I plan on fucking living, being in a self-sustained fucking plot of land, doing my thing, not on social media at all. I mean, I if I still do write books, I'll still probably write books, but I do not really want, I don't want, I got to do my part. I got to help save the world in whatever way I fucking can. But it's fucking crazy. And this is a good one. How much you paying for ground beef in Florida? Depends on where you go, but I think I can get 80/20 chuck at my local Walmart. The 10-pound one is like $27, so $2.70 a pound, and that's what I would normally do. To eat the bottom, the most unhealthy thing according to the fucking government guidelines. But yeah, that's about how much it is there. Now, the cool thing is we have access to local farms too that have it less expensive. I know, it's crazy, right? Yes, my bad. My bad. I meant people like to blame genetics. Exactly, Eloise. I get you. I got what you're saying. I just wanted to make sure. Is Walmart the same quality? I mean, frankly, how much worse? How worse could it be? I do like the local farms, but if you're going to end up paying more for quality, I mean, I can get ground meat, like organic ground meat, for $4 a fucking pound. Aldi's. And I don't know. You can send what on the app? I don't know. Hey guys, any last questions? Got to wrap it up. I've got some clients got to talk to, and then we do got to go grocery shopping, so I can go buy some cheddar cheese, ground meat, and eggs to fry in butter, and I'm going to take a picture of it. I've honestly thought like I would fucking I would eat that way for a week. I might even just eat that way for a fucking week, just to prove a point. I'll fucking see. Alan been on Nomo, Ember, and Mental Jewels for 2 weeks, down 2.5 pounds. Boom. And Nick does not have a lot of weight to lose. Fucking, it's so much, like so fucking much helps you control your shit. I love that so much. I spent $100 just to open my front door. Yep. All right, guys. I hope everybody has a good day. I might post a video later. I don't know. Today's kind of a work day, but kind of a day that I want to spend with a lovely wife too. We had a great day yesterday. Hope everybody has a phenomenal day. And again, here is our deals. So it's 33% off live deal, and it's just for this 24 hours from this live till it's over. But it is 30% off the super discounted coaching, like 3-month block. It's less. It's the lowest. I know I'm not going to say it out loud because we don't want that many. And the consultation is 33% off. So you can talk to me, get the app for a month. Ask me any questions about anything you want, or you can talk to Crystal. Please do check that out. I hope everybody has a great day. God damn.